I'm Allyn,
I'm Adrien.
and now it's your time for a little R&R.
Hello to our listener.
So, I think fifth time's the charm starting this episode today.
Yes, episode 3, 5 takes.
Times 5. All right. I don't know what overcame me. I just needed to laugh. And then you were gone. And then you didn't have the music.
I had to stop my dishwasher.
Okay, anyway. So today we were just thinking about anxiety in general was kind of where we wanted to launch. And the first thing that popped into my head was like how normalizing anxiety within the past, I'd say 5 to 10 years, has like really hindered it for us OGs who have had anxiety.
Yes!
Like actual anxiety.
Yes, and right, I agree. I wrote down part of my thoughts about this. What did I say exactly? Because this is about. I'll look for it. But there was
Okay.
a word that I used. Go ahead.
But it's seriously like everywhere, every kid, every day.
Overused. It's overused. That was
It's like trendy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everything's anxiety. Like you get nervous about something, like normal nervous. It's
Yes.
anxiety.
Yes.
You have to do something you don't
Yes.
want to do. It's anxiety. I'm
It's
like
an excuse for everything.
everything, and I'm like.
Uh-huh.
For the people that actually have real anxiety, it's like desensitizes the whole thing, and everybody's like, "Oh, everybody has anxiety." I'm like, not really, like not the real kind.
That was part of the conversation I wanted to have with you about defining it and how you kind of tease out the others that are just on the
We need other
bandwagon.
words. You need other words.
We do need other words. We need like our own anxiety vocabulary that
Yes.
only truly anxious people. And forget the diagnosis. I don't need a diagnosis.
No, and you think
don't
all
think
the
someone-
kids with all their skibbity and riz and whatever that they could come up with a word
Oh, they
that would
might.
mean
You should
maybe
ask your
that's
son.
maybe that's what all of that means. I have no idea, but it's annoying. It's
It
annoying.
is. It really is. It's
And then-
frustrating, and I don't know why. Like, I don't need to be validated about it because I know that
No, it's
it
not
just
like
sucks.
it's not like I have it and you don't.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
don't,
I
and
don't.
Mine's
need
real,
that.
yours isn't.
Right, but it's. I'm not trying to be trendy. Like I would love to not have it. So
Well, that was
That would
one of
be-
the questions I was going to ask you too.
yeah, I would love to not have it. It
So
would be-
so let's establish that we both have it. Let's start with that
right.
in a pretty significant way,
Yes.
and not, it doesn't have to be more than others or less than, or I'm not trying to compare, but whether it's genetic or not is something else we can touch on. But
I almost think
exists.
it has to be predisposed. I mean, you're predisposed to everything else in your genes. It has to be. I think just some people are just less anxious.
right,
But like the first time I got it was when we were in Big Bay, Wisconsin.
mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we were on Lake Superior on a boat ride, like a 3-hour tour.
Mhm.
Gilligan.
Gilligan's Island.
And like I just felt sick. So I thought it was just like motion sickness or which probably had part to do with it because I have that too. So it could be a little bit of that. But I just felt completely sick. I remember sitting on the boat on the in the inside part just with my eyes closed the entire like I missed the entire boat ride. Like just had no, I felt like I had to go to the bathroom every 5 seconds and like I felt sick. So I thought I was just sick, but then we got back to the hotel and I was like, I'm fine.
I remember
Like,
going to that restaurant that had all the flamingos in it.
the Pink Flamingo, I think is what it was called.
What's it called? Okay.
I think it was called the
That
Pink
makes
Flamingo
sense.
or something, but it's not there anymore because I did go back. to
Oh,
Big
it's
Bay.
not.
It's not there. It closed like fairly recently. Owner, nobody was there to pass it on or whatever, one of those kinds of things. So that's kind of sad. But
Yeah. I remember sitting at the table kind of debriefing because it had washed over you at that point. And
yeah,
you kind of you came back, but like it doesn't leave you because then you're like, whoa, this is going to happen again. And that I can't have
and
this
you don't
happen
know
again.
when.
Yeah.
No, there was nothing
Yeah.
threatening on the boat. Like there was
Yeah.
nothing. There was
Yeah.
not a situation that like I needed to have my flight response. Like I didn't need to have that, and it came out of nowhere. And then it took me forever to get back on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just because I was like, it's not the boat's fault. Like, sorry, boats. Like, it was just like I couldn't get back on a boat. But I do remember that night though. We were back at the hotel, and it was like, remember we had a deck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was like facing out to the bay,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just sitting there, and Mom handed me a beer and was like, "Oh, welcome to the club." And I was like, "I guess this is everybody does this now." This is just like, okay, sorry, I'm late to the party.
Didn't know what I was missing.
Right,
How old
right.
How old?
I was 20.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Which, real quick, fast forward, I tell Brody this story when he started having his anxiety. And I was like, oh yeah, Gigi gave me a beer and was like, welcome to the club. He goes, you weren't 21. I said, yeah, you're right. You're right. I
Yes.
forgot. Because
Shame
well,
on
why
her.
would she? I'm like, that was what he focused on. I was like, well, I was in college and whatever, and we were just at the hotel. I wasn't driving. I was trying to be
Just
like,
defending myself.
right,
Like my
right,
previous text messages.
right. He's like, yeah, that's the first thing. We weren't 21. I was like, I should never have done
You're
that.
right. That was a bad idea.
It was my first.
And there were times I didn't wear my seatbelt. So let's just get it all out now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But
Yeah, my first attack was in the shower, which is never helpful because
you have to do that.
you have to shower.
I can avoid
At least in my book, if humans have to shower, bathe,
yeah,
or something.
I mean, I could. Yeah, you can't avoid showers.
No, you could avoid boats. Yeah, so that was unfortunate. And I was a junior in high school.
So you weren't too much earlier than me.
Well, maybe a little younger, because I remember having anxiety when I was working at the golf course. But it was I guess there's a distinction. So there's like the anxiety part, and then there's a full blown panic attack that just makes you feel like you want to die, and you're not sure it will ever be over. And then so that first moment memory was in the shower.
The panic attack.
That was rough. Yeah. Yeah, that was my first one. And then obviously, I mean, there's like, can't even count since then of the places, but I recognized it as that. And then a lot of things I had to kind of accommodate to try to avoid it, which was terrible because
Well,
I don't like baths.
and then I can't. No, baths are gross, so can't do that. You don't feel clean when you get out of a bath. Sorry, Nana.
She loved baths.
That's all she did. She never took a shower.
Jean Nate.
Sorry, Nana.
Her powder. Her powder.
But I had to come and talk to you through the door.
Yeah.
Like I talked
I
to
had
you
to play
through
music.
the door.
I bought a shower radio.
Well, I would say
It was all
shower
about-
radio. Well, shower radios weren't like they are now. Like now you can buy them for
No,
$1
no.
at the dollar spot at Target, and like you can't.
I had
they
to tune
were-
into like an FM station and
Yes, there was no like Amazon to buy it off of either.
right.
This was like you had to go to Radio Shack or Best Buy or something and like actually find one and try to do that. But distraction.
Distractions is what it's about. And it's about control. And I trying to avoid it or not avoid it or have it. It's about controlling it.
Yeah. Again, maybe I was fortunate that I had my situation on a boat. I also started getting them at restaurants, which was a little harder.
I remember that. I had some at restaurants too, which is terrible because it's fun to go out to dinner.
Right, exactly. It's one of those things you do for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You go out to eat with your friends, your family, for parties, for whatever, and it's just it's challenging. I remember at the time it had started happening, I was in Chicago with John, and it was just him and I. We were just eating, and I like had to stop eating and like go to the bathroom, and like I just felt sick. He goes, I look like one of those boyfriends that doesn't allow my girlfriend to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. I mean, because it did look like that. Like it looked like I just had to sit with my plate of food in front of me and not eat it, But if I got it to go and I ate it back, somewhere else, totally fine.
Right.
I ate the exact same food at an apartment or his dorm room, wherever we were, and no big deal. Sitting in that restaurant, I don't know.
Well, it was
wild.
the same. Not to dig down on the details of showers either, but it was the same idea that if I left the door open a little bit, of
Like
the
to the
shower
actual
door,
shower or the bathroom?
To the shower door, the bathroom. But yeah, also that it was just about the escape part of it. You're like, okay, it doesn't look like it did. I don't feel trapped. I mean, it was so.
Well, maybe it's
Weird.
claustrophobic on top of it.
Yeah, but yeah. So all you jokers out there that are trying to pretend like you have anxiety, you know what it does.
Just stop. Just pretend. Just make
stop.
make up
Find
another word.
Find something else, or find
Yes.
something else to be tragic about.
Right, like
Because it's really terrible. What it takes away from is, I mean, it waters it down and it doesn't really give it its true due because it's a really like horrible thing to have. And then you learn how to manage it. And I feel pretty comfortable now managing it. It's still terrible when it happens, but I feel like I have a good sense of how to navigate it a little bit better. But what it does is it disconnects you from the people that actually do genuinely have. Like, I could talk to you and you know what I'm talking about. We don't have anxiety the same ways. It comes out in different ways, but I could at least say, look, here's what's going on, and you know immediately that it's a horrible thing that I'm experiencing. Anybody else, you can't. It's not a card to play. Oh, I have anxiety,
no.
Frankly, I don't
I
want to
really
use
think
it.
it's an attention thing.
Right, pick something else. That's my advice to the general public.
Right. it's not an excuse. It's like I'm not trying to be like, look guys, I'm having a moment because I need some attention on me, or I'm feeling anxious about driving here or there. and I don't want to go. Like, I'm not trying to get out of doing things. Like, I want to go do things. I mean, just this past weekend when we were in DC, 2 weekends, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was so hot, and I don't do well in the heat anyway, like never have. And it was so hot, and we were at the Smithsonian American History Museum, like the one with the Dorothy shoes, you know. And we're looking at like this thing with cars and boats. It was cool. And all of a sudden, I just got so dizzy and so nauseous. I was like, I've never passed out before, but I was like, I think this might be it. Like, I think it might be happening, you know.
But do you think that was anxiety, or you were just hot?
Everything. I think it was all kinds of everything, because we'd been walking around all day. I hadn't really eaten that much. We'd traveled that morning. Like, we'd gotten off the plane and just went, and
right.
the heat and the this and the, you know, I was trying to stay hydrated, but it's so hot, and traveling in general dehydrates you. So I was trying to stay hydrated, but I was like, I gotta go. But I mean, Ken's so good about it. We're like, yep, we'll just walk back to the hotel. We'll go take a break, you know, get in the air, took a nap, got some water, got some Gatorade. Like, we were good to go. But then the rest of the trip, that was the first day. So then the rest of the trip, every time we go somewhere, I'm like, okay. Like, I've got to like prepare myself to be out and about in case it happens again, because you're in a museum, you're in a whatever, you know, and it's not that, you know, I don't have access, but like I carry around Meclizine with me all the time, the little chewables.
Oh, is that lemon?
No,
that's
I tried? Emetrol, which I always carry with me now too. So I always have it.
Let's
so I'll have
it
with me.
Pharmacy list. Let's see. Over the counter, not over the counter.
Yeah, no, both are like you buy right off the shelf. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
And Meclizine you can only take once a day. And I'm a big rule follower with things like that. So like, if you know, I'm not gonna push it. It says 1 to 2, so I always put in my head, well, if I take one and it doesn't really work, I'll take another.
Take the backup.
Right, because it says 1 to 2, so I should be okay. But it says every 24 hours, and then like, well, if I take it now and it's 8 a.m., what about if tomorrow I need it at 6 a.m.? You know, it's a whole nother process. But Emetrol does help. But as far as like, go ahead.
No, it was about medication and all that.
Well, just things that I've done over the years to try to help. Because again, I'm not one of those people that wants it to stop. Like, I would probably never leave my house if I let it take over. If I couldn't go to restaurants, if I couldn't, you know.
If it was totally debilitating, yeah. Right.
Right. Like, if I chose, like, well, I just won't be around those things, well, I wouldn't ever get in the car. Like, I wouldn't get in the car. I wouldn't go anywhere. You know, I would be home all the time. And I'm just not going to live like that. So I'm like, well, we'll just figure it out. And, like, over the years have figured out what works, what doesn't. Like, not having caffeine for the past couple years has really helped, I think. Not drinking alcohol has helped a ton. Knowing that if I don't get enough sleep, like, that always affects me. Like, if, I mean, I'm like somebody who needs a good, you know, 8 to 12 hours.
I was saying, did you say 12 to 18?
Like a sloth.
You're a good napper.
But I really try not to nap. I mean, I know I say that, but it's summer and, you know, but like, I try not to, just because then I don't sleep well at night. So I try to get like, if I'm tired, like, you know, so people are like, oh, you get to go to bed. Yeah, like, I need to go to bed and get some sleep. Like,
yeah.
It makes a huge difference for the next day. That was the other thing too with DC. Our flight left at 6. We had to leave the house at like 3 a.m. So, and I tried to go to bed. I went to bed at like 6 p.m. the night before. It's like, I'm gonna get my sleep, even though I'm switching and I'm not like a shift worker, so it didn't really work that well. But I still fell asleep at like 9. But anyway, so sleep is a big one.
Yeah. So all those lifestyle changes, I think, is the way to go to anticipate or combat it, or at least minimize it. It's never going to totally go away, like you said. But initially, when I had my first panic attack, I was young. Like, there was still a lot of things to figure out about it. And I don't know if it was Lexapro. Do you remember what it was? The medicine that I had? I don't even know.
That you did? No.
Yeah.
I took Lexapro for a couple, like a year.
It's
and
one
I
of
did
the
it again.
mainstream names, and I took it. But even at the time, you know, I recognized that I didn't want to be...
Prozac.
Me? No, that I would have remembered that, because that's it was something Lexapro. I can't remember the name of it, but I even knew at the time, because the doctor's like, let's start on a low dose. You know, I remember having the pill, like cutting it in half, because I didn't want to become reliant on it. Even then, even though it was terrible, like, I would do anything at that moment for a good couple years and through college to not have it. But I knew that wasn't the way that I wanted to go either with it. Coming off of and I don't think I took it that long. Honestly, I think it was only about 6 months. And then I figured out that exercise helps and whatever, all the things that you just mentioned. I haven't gone the no alcohol, no caffeine route, because I love them both.
I did too.
I know. It doesn't produce the same kind of like setup of anxiety that it does for you. You know, everybody's different. But yeah, so the medication route was a no go because I just
for me it was the same thing. I put it off, and then it finally was like, okay, it got Lexapro. I think I was on it for maybe a year, but it was just to get you over the hump, you know. And I
yes.
And I think too, but it would be so easy to stay on it. It'd be so easy to stay on it. And like I think about that, and I never wanted that to be a thing. Like I didn't want to have to take something every day just to live everyday life.
Xanax.
Well, I was going to mention Xanax. I had Xanax not on a regular basis, but for like times when it was going to be like a triggering, you know, but then I'm like, I'm taking this preemptively.
Yes.
What about if I didn't even have a panic attack? Or what about if I didn't have anxiety in that moment and I'm still taking Xanax? Why? You know, like
yeah, it's a crutch. It was
right. So I was like,
comfort.
Comfort, right. And I was like, but I didn't want to have that always be something as a part of my routine. I didn't want to make it. But it did get me through. It got me over, and then I was able to figure out other things that will help me manage it.
Yes, exactly.
So I think if you are somebody that suffers from real anxiety, the real kind, then taking it to get over the hump is not a problem. Like I don't see anything wrong with that.
I agree with that.
It's so easy to get. I think it's super easy to get hooked on it, though. I mean, I could see that.
Well, right. I don't want to get into like the addiction part of it, but I know people that will take Prozac.
No, and I don't even
every
mean
day because they can't sleep. No, I mean I just can't speak to the inner workings of that. Obviously, I just think it's bad. But
I can see how it would be super easy to do that.
Yeah.
Or people that take sleeping meds too, same thing. Yeah. You know, I really think, because in my, I need sleep to not feel anxious. So like if I'm taking something to get good sleep, then it should be helping, right? I mean, like
exactly.
You got all the, you know, so
that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think no caffeine, no alcohol, sleeping, exercise. Like and I'm not like I used to be like a workout person. Like I loved going to work out, go to classes, that stuff. But like now I just go walk. I walk the dog.
Being outside. Yeah.
Just being in motion. Natural everyday stuff. I mean, like you were talking about a couple episodes ago, like intentional exercising. I don't necessarily do that, but like I walk the dog, and that's an intentional exercise. But other than that, I haven't really done too much as far as that goes. But it always does help. I mean, anytime those days that I go for walks, I feel better. Like that's normal, you know. Yoga, my garden yoga.
Full moon.
Yoga. Any moon yoga. And garden yoga every Sunday.
I went by this place the other day, and this is off topic, but I thought of you. There was this guy, this true yogi. Okay, I don't know what that means, but
I can picture him.
Here, okay. Well, I'm going to describe it. Well, what do you picture? Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say like long hair, maybe dreads even.
Yeah. Okay. What color hair?
Brown.
Yep.
Kind of like swooshy cheesecloth pants.
Well, okay, wearing a shirt or not?
I was picturing like a loose, you know, those super soft t-shirts that you like wear out that's like your favorite shirt. That's what I was picturing. No shirt. In his studio though. So like he was in the moment. So what else? Okay.
Go ahead. So brown hair, it's kind of scraggly.
Yep. Yogi pants.
Yep. No shirt.
Well, what else is there?
Facial hair.
Tattoos of like the flowers.
Oh, I wish I was that close. I don't.
And a little like
from a distance.
A little namaste.
Yep. Sitting in like a.
Well, crisscross applesauce for sure.
Yes, crisscross applesauce.
Or Indian style for the rest of us.
Yes. Facial hair or no facial hair?
Patchy beard.
Yeah. So we walk by the studio, and it's right by the water. It's actually pretty cool. And I said to Jeff, I'm like, Allie would love this place. He goes, what? I said,
I did. I just pictured the guy sitting in there.
Allie's on her yoga kicks. You know, mushroom coffee and yoga. You know, it's those kind of phases.
No, mushroom coffee did not sit well.
And I said the same thing about she'll do any yoga anywhere, anytime now. But it was cool. It was a big open air. You know, people were just in the moment.
Well, wait. It's within walking distance?
Driving, but yeah.
Okay. Well, then maybe the next time I come, I'll see if they have open classes, if I could just go.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's off topic, but
no, it's not, though, because
that was a fun jaunt, yeah.
I'm so glad I pictured the right guy, though. I'll know.
I don't know his name, but we could probably have a name for him, too.
Right now, he's just Yogi.
Yeah.
Yoga. So I started, I did it back in the day through school with Mom, which was totally weird. to do it with her, that she wanted to do yoga.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She wanted to do like stretchy poses in front of other people. Like that was not her at all. Like that, no group participation ever for anything. Public displays of nothing. And then she would go on her own sometimes. Like the days that I couldn't go, she would go like with the group without me. It was bizarre.
Sat back and was in awe.
It was.
Maybe she was having her own moment too. Maybe
I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes, so I know it happened. You know, it wasn't.
Certainly no
crazy.
Pictures, but
no pictures. But she had like a yoga mat and everything, which is the one I use now. I got it out of the basement. But they offered it at school again, different situation, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So got back into it. We're talking slow flow, modifications.
it's a good word.
Yeah, like we're not talking like I'm the least stretchy person ever, so it's not like fancy yoga. But then I heard about the one at the garden. I'm like, I gotta try this. And now it's been fun because I started like at the beginning of May and the garden has grown and she's got like all these trellises of stuff and all these flowers. It's been cool to like see the growth of the garden throughout all the sessions, and so it's every Sunday morning that I can go. It's 1 hour and it's comfortable. It's nice. It gets me going. But
it's only on Sunday?
She's got it Tuesday nights too, but I could never go Tuesday nights because of baseball. So it never ended up working out. But I've got my yoga punch card. I can go whenever I want.
Yoga punch card seems opposite of what yoga should be.
No, it's because you pay less.
Seems
so I
too
paid.
Tasky.
No, I'm not paying for like every class. You know what I mean? So like I pay for
by the light of the moon. If you see the
North
they do. Star,
she does have
a free class.
She has full moon yoga every month on the full moon.
Right.
But that's a separate class. That's not punch card. You got to pay for.
You got to punch for that. See, that's you got to pay for it.
Yeah, you pay for that because she gives you a journal and some sort of gift. You make a craft thing that has to do with whatever the moon is. She has snacks and a drink that's like connected to the thing. The last one I did, I couldn't go this month, but I went in June. It was a strawberry moon. So she had strawberry marshmallows. Have you seen these? They're so cute.
No.
That have chocolate in them. So we did the s'mores. I mean, I put more chocolate on it, but strawberry marshmallows with the chocolate as a s'more. She had these little strawberry, like, fizzy drinks. They kind of made up yourself. And I don't know. It was really nice. Oh, and we always do she gets leaves and markers, Sharpies, and you write down things that you want to, and you throw it in the fire and burn it.
That's cool. You know what? All right, this is interesting for me. This is a really random train of thought. So that Michael Jordan documentary, the Michael Jordan documentary.
Last Dance.
At the end.
Okay.
Do you remember the end? Where they talk about Phil Jackson and how...
He was like a big yoga guy.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it was something about... there was some strife on the team, or they weren't winning or something. I'd have to watch it again because I could watch that documentary over and over. But
me too. Why is that?
I don't know. It was kind of like...
I really liked it.
Yes, me too. I just realized, though, two things. The end of that documentary, they burned stuff in that pot. Remember, he's had them write stuff down?
Yes.
And they have this image, and during that image was that Pearl Jam song that I talked about the last episode, Wreckage, which is how I heard it the first time. Now that I realize that, I thought it came out last year, but it didn't. That was the first. That's why I ended up liking that song, because of that whole imagery of him burning. Yeah, which I think is
Phil Jackson would have his guys do yoga. They would do all that kind of stuff. He was very all about the mental health and the the mental well-being and the slowing down and the preparing and the whole thing.
But that was excellent.
It was really good.
So this is kind of tied into the whole theme then, I guess, as far as nature and your connection to it and whatnot. But do you feel like anxiety, back to that, is a blessing or a curse?
I think it's a curse.
Wow. See, I'm going to go blessing.
Okay.
So interesting.
I say curse because because when I've got something else to talk about with this too, but it goes on, I feel like it's always in my head.
Yes.
So I think it's taking up space for other things. Like I could be thinking about, when I'm sitting at home, no, but anytime I'm out of the house, yes.
Recently or always since you've had anxiety?
I think always. I can't really remember it not being that way.
Okay.
I'm sure there's been times
you think about anxiety. You have a thought about the day. You go back and forth.
It's always it's always there. And I think that's obnoxious.
There we go. We're going to add that to our vocabulary list. Is your anxiety obnoxious?
It really is. Because it's like, just go away for a little while, and there'll be months where nothing will happen, but I feel like but I always have to be prepared, in case it strikes, you know? So it's like I feel like I always have to be, when I leave the house, do I have my, do I have water with me? Do I have my Emetrol? Do I have my Meclizine? Do I have access to a bathroom? Do I have this? Do I have these things around me? And if I'm not going to, then how am I going to get through that? Like, it's all
every
the
time you leave the house.
Every time. I got to know where I'm going, what I'm doing, what's there, what's available, if I can, whatever. I mean, whatever it is. If there's a place for me to go, if I have an attack, or
right,
it's always there.
Interesting. I know you well. That's kind of an understatement, but for what it's worth, I know you well, and that doesn't show. So I'm surprised you even saying that right now.
Right.
I know that you think about it and you anticipate it and you've gotten really good at navigating it, but I didn't realize that it's like a complete constant.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But people have said that to me before, like talking with people about anxiety or, whatever. It's like always. And they're like, well, you would never know. You just seem so easygoing. I was like, yeah, so easygoing.
That always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh.
I mean, I've had several separate people tell me that I'm easygoing. I'm like, live in here for a minute, like, okay.
But I think it's a
go with the flow. That's my life motto.
You know what? I think there's another distinction between the haves and the have-nots, right? You want to use anxiety for what it is and use it for your gain, quote unquote.
Attention,
or somebody,
right, whatever.
Right, or somebody who's, maybe has like an undercurrent of kooky, but it doesn't show to others. That's the distinction right there.
Well, then I got it.
You got it.
I got the undercurrent of kooky.
You have real anxiety.
Diagnosed. Get undercurrent of kooky, but doesn't show it. That's what's on the prescription.
Yeah. Yep. But any quack that wants to write it.
But it's true. But that's why, again, going back to saying that it's been normalized, I think it cheapens it for everybody else. It's just a buzzword. And I'm like, it's really not. Like, it is an actual thing. And it still blows my mind, though, that there are people out there that either don't have it and, like, want to have it or something, like, say they have it. Like, that blows my mind. Like, why would you want that?
Because they've never had it. There's the irony right there.
But it's not. Like,
once you get it, once you actually get it, you don't want it.
You don't want it.
But I want to go back to also, I think it's, for me.
Yeah, why did you say blessing?
Because the way that I feel like I'm wired benefits me more than it doesn't. So if I don't have some sort of anxiety, and I'm not talking about everyday just nervousness, just if I don't have it, I have learned so much about what I need, what I don't need, what I want, what I don't want because of it. Otherwise, I feel like it would just be kind of flat. I don't know.
So you're saying, though, but it's like a motivator.
That's way too positive.
You said it was a blessing. I mean, you're the one giving it.
I think it is. I don't mean personal gain or,
because there's some thoughts out there like, well, if you don't feel anxious about something, you don't care about it, or if you don't feel anxious, then you won't meet your deadlines, or it gets you. I don't believe that's different kind of anxiety. That's why I said that's like nerves, or that's whatever, different word, not the same kind.
For whatever reason, it's not. I think the way you're describing it as being ever present would be less appealing if we could use that word. And less of a blessing. I don't think for me, it's as ever present. When it comes on hard and it doesn't let go, but I also feel like it tells me something about something I need to fix or change or something that's going on. So it's kind of an indicator of like, hoo-hoo,
like, I say, okay, Nana.
Nana. I was going to say, to use coin a Nana phrase.
No, but like but I mean, the biological purpose of anxiety was to fight or flight. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And I keep thinking back to that. Like, I don't live in the sticks. Like, I'm not a bush person. I don't need to run from the bears. So like, I don't need a fight or flight response. I don't need it. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm a middle class American living in a small town. I got my air conditioning, my electricity. I don't even like to do yard work, so I'm not even out in the wilderness. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah, right. You don't find it as useful.
No, it's definitely not. I'm not a cave person. I don't need it. Like, it's, it's 2025. We can let that go. Like with the biology or over time, people don't have wisdom teeth and all that. Like, can we get rid of that? Like, can that gene maybe just disappear?
Time will tell.
Wisdom teeth. What's the other one? Appendix, right? You don't really need that. So, like,
right.
People start being born without appendix, maybe.
Right.
We can start being born without real anxiety.
Which goes back to the genetic thing. You feel like it's genetic. I do too.
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like not just because mom and dad have it.
Yeah.
Dad's isn't as bad. His is sometimes, and mom.
Selective.
Right.
Not really selective,
And
because that means he's choosing it, but yeah.
no. But it's just not as, it's just different. And then,
Yeah,
I think Nana probably had it.
for sure.
And you never would know if Baca had it or not because,
No.
it just wasn't his personality. But I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
And Grandma and Grandpa, still, I think it has to be. And because it amazes me, like, Ken doesn't ever get, like, panic attacks.
Right.
I'm like, how?
Jeff had one when he traveled, and that
Well,
was
right,
the
but
first.
his was a doozy.
Yeah.
But he
That's
never
right.
had it, right?
No, never. It was so foreign
Right.
to him. Like, I don't excuse the phrase, but it was very foreign.
But, like, how does that happen? Like, how did he get to be, Ken's 43? 43, I think he's 43.
Yeah.
Like, how do you live that whole life and not have, I don't know, blows my mind.
God bless him.
Seriously, I mean, that's why I say it's a curse. But knowing it's coming, like, again, when things happen, I can manage it, and it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to let it stop what I'm doing or keep me home or any of that. But it's always there, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the overused part. I'm trying to think what else. And I've learned to, I don't even know if it's a skill that you learn, but kind of stuffing it down, and then it comes out in a big way. It's not by choice, but your mom would call that the dollar spot, because she was in Target one time and things weren't $1 in the dollar spot, and she had like a meltdown. And obviously that is an accumulation of things that have built up, whether that's anxiety or not. But it's kind of like that. Where
Well, but but she was the queen of stuffing it down.
Right.
So again, when Target dollar spot is now Target $3 spot, and you lose your
$5,
ever-loving
yeah.
mind. Well, now it's like
Yeah.
$5. I mean, now it's like they don't even have dollar spot up there because it's like lies.
No.
But actually, I was just there today, and it's definitely not up there. So, but I did find things for $1.
And I still think of it as the dollar spot.
Right.
Yeah, it's a different association, because you—that's your dollar spot. You go
But
there.
I think that's why, though. Maybe it's just on my mind all the time. So it's like, okay, like I'm gonna deal with it all the time, so that it
As it
doesn't
comes.
build up. Because then
Yeah.
again, the explosion is way worse. But like, I can't. I don't know if I could control it that much. Like that. It just.
No, I don't feel like I've decided that way. I think that's just how I am. I think that's just I just push, and then I've have some big blow up, and then you push. But I didn't say, yeah, this is how I'm going to act in my life. I'm just gonna ignore
Right. Like
it.
I can't.
I don't have that much control over it.
No,
Yeah.
that's the scariest part. That's what the anxiety is because you don't have any control over it. It just shows up.
Yeah.
I was like thinking of traveling and things like that, like not necessarily plane rides, but like since I had that norovirus on the plane back from
I
your
know.
place.
The
I think
worst.
about that, and I was sick. It wasn't like, but that's still like, oh my God, like I think about that happening again, So
worst.
planes, oh my God. And then
I didn't get that sick that time, but I know how sick you were, and Mom got, and you're like,
Yeah,
and
and
my
then-
worst enemy.
and put yourself on a plane.
Right, traveling where you
Oh
already
my
have.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
it was awful. Thinking about like that, and then
Yeah.
just again, when you're traveling, when you're other places, a lot of times you have to eat at other places. You can't just eat in your room. You can't eat, so it's like it's all the things all at once. You have to, ride on a bunch of different types of transportation. Because like if I'm driving, I'm fine. Like that, I've only had like 1 or 2 times when I've been driving that I've had a panic attack myself. Otherwise, if I'm driving, I'm fine. But if I'm riding, different story.
That's why Mom never drove an 88.
Right. Well, she was opposite.
For years.
She loved to ride. She
Right.
could ride everywhere, but she couldn't
Right.
drive. We were perfect.
Because it was the same idea.
Yep.
When she was 30 years old, I mean, I don't even know she was young.
Yep.
For 30 more years, she didn't drive on I-88.
As I said, we were perfect together. I could drive her everywhere. She'd just ride wherever I wanted to go. So it worked out. It worked out. 2 chicks cruising. That's how we.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
When I was driving, that was
Yeah.
before I was driving, but. No, but it's like traveling. So like, I'm not going to stop going places, But it's like when we went to Vegas, I didn't have one problem the entire time we were there.
That's interesting. Well, that's why
Right?
I love Vegas, which I had a good time too. But
Yeah.
I had some kind of sinus infection, so that kind of blew my whole perspective.
I know. Right. No,
Which
it was
no
a
fun,
great. It was a great trip.
But that's why you thought it was also great, though. You didn't.
Yeah,
have
because
any
I had
thoughts
not
about-
have one
Right.
issue.
That's-
And was I
that's
thinking about it?
powerful.
Yeah. Rode a monorail, did lift rides, did, the plane, whatever. Ate at Hell's Kitchen. And I kept thinking about that too, because Hell's Kitchen is like like, we've been wanting to go there. We're obsessed with Gordon Ramsay. And I'm thinking, what if I can't eat when I get there? Like, this is supposed to be the best food of my life, you know? And I'm like, and I can't eat. No problems whatsoever. Like, had no issues.
Yeah.
You know, couldn't get a lot of sleep because we saw Pauly D or do his DJ stuff at like, 2 a.m. But like had to get on the plane. Thinking, oh my God, but I'm like, I'm not gonna sleep that night, and then I got to go to this, DJ and then get on a plane, And I was like, oh my, like there was about 85 things that could have triggered me that whole trip, and it worked out fine.
Yeah. So when you talk about Vegas and worrying about anxiety, I think about not performance anxiety, but moments where you just can't afford to have anxiety. So your brain somehow just decides that this is not going to happen, which I think is an interesting phenomenon because it's not performance anxiety. It's like the opposite of it almost. Like if you had to give a presentation, but you felt like you were having a panic attack and there were thousands of people that showed up, something switches for me, at least in my brain, that I guess that's the stuffing thing. I'm going to show up to this. But so think about that. So why not panic when you're doing it, whatever it is?
Right. I have no idea.
What is that?
But I can consciously think about that. Mm-hmm. When I'm in the moment, okay, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, my mind's elsewhere. Mm-hmm. I got to get through whatever this is. Mm-hmm. And then 4 seconds after it's done, I'm like, but it's true. Like, I don't know. And then I get mad because I'm like, why can't my brain just switch to that all the time? Like, what? Yes. Why do I need to go through that?
What is that? And I guess talking about the opposite of performance anxiety, because there obviously are moments where you are expected to perform and you don't. But whether that's related to anxiety or not, I don't know.
Right. It could be something completely different.
Right. It could be all kinds of different things that are inputting that. Obviously, I relate directly to like running and things like that because it was like, the gun goes off, you go, you start, you finish, and then you have a bad day. Well, why? You were in the best shape. I know, running.
The worst.
Anxiety reducing for me and anxiety provoking for you. Talk about genetics.
Right. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but.
Well, I don't either, frankly, because there was no reference point, really. Yeah, from anybody in the family. Disconnected from that. Like, if you have to get on stage and you have to talk to people who just bought a ticket to see you, but there's all kinds of performers that have that issue, but you would never know it. Again, it's just about functioning with it at a high level.
I was to say, okay, you know what? You're gonna laugh at me for this.
Go ahead.
Wrestling. I think about wrestling.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I've ever said that phrase. Go ahead. And when I'm thinking about wrestling.
No, but WWE, okay? Mm-hmm. They have to travel. They're never at one place every week.
You could never be a wrestler. Is that what you're saying?
Could never be a wrestler, right. That's the only reason.
Too many boats. There's too many boats. Too many showers. Too many.
Yeah. But I think about that they have to travel. They're never home because it's not like a season like other sports. I know it's sports entertainment, but I'm saying like other sports.
There's no season for wrestling. It's year round.
It's all year.
It's nonstop. Wrestle.
It's nonstop. Raw's every Monday.
It Mania.
That's one thing. WrestleMania is one weekend. Oh my God. No, but they have Raw on Mondays, SmackDown on Fridays, and then sometimes they have the premium live events on the weekends.
These same people?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's not always in the same place. So wherever they are that Monday, the following Monday, they're in a completely different city.
Right.
And I think about that and the fact that they're like athletes, that they're, so they have to train on the road or whatever they're doing. But it's year round. I mean, there's not like here's your baseball season. Like, sure, baseball season's long, but you get a break in the winter and you have home games. Like, half your season's home games. Mm. I think about that and like just the fact that those people must not have anxiety. It just must not. But the like you're talking about performance and I'm like, but that's their job, so like, do I get anxious at my job? No. Like, I go do my job.
Right.
So to them, it's just a job. So I think it's different. Like, if they always have lived that life. But I think about it when I'm watching these shows every time, like, man, they were just in Atlanta last week and now they're in Seattle and now they had to do all that traveling. They got to be prepared for the show. They got to do whatever.
That's funny. That's
yeah,
funny.
I know. And I'm like, I could never live like this, like, because you're never home and you never have like a break, like a home base,
I mean, there's lots of reasons why I couldn't live like a wrestler. And when you got those things coming at you in the ring, I don't think that would be wrestling. I don't think that'd be a calm job for me, but I know you love wrestling.
It's like acting, you know what I mean? Yes. So you got the acting part of it and it's it's athletic because they're like stunt performers and things like that, and the storylines and the drama and all the stuff that goes along with it and the crowd interaction and so it's like a live performance.
See, and this will make you laugh. This will make you laugh. When I was talking about performance,
oh boy,
the first image that came to mind was Coldplay. I don't know why.
Coldplay?
I don't know. Just as far as concerts, I don't know why.
Have you even been to a Coldplay concert?
No, but I'd go.
That's even funnier.
But I was just thinking about performers, and that was the first band that came to mind. I don't know why.
Even though you've never seen them.
They've stood the test of time, though.
They
just
have.
like wrestlers.
They have. Just like, hey, it's true. Wrestling's been around forever.
So, right, any sort of performer, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, I mean, you have, because, and then I think back to like being your job. Like, you just get through it and you do it, but like, when you go to work, do you have anxiety for doing your job?
No, like the kids show up and you have to do what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's so
and the only thing but to me too, I mean, I was fortunate enough at work to have like a good system of people that I worked with too, like good colleagues and supportive people. So like, if there were any issues, I wouldn't feel uncomfortable having to go talk to somebody,
Right.
So I think that helps too.
Right.
Just knowing that like, you don't have to be uncomfortable where you're at.
Right.
And this next year's going to be totally different since I'm, place I've been for the past 16 years is no more. So.
Right.
And all those people are all spread out now, so it's, I don't know,
so
it's
we'll
going to be a totally different ballgame.
22 about, I have anxiety at work all the time.
Anxiety at work. I can't get away from
it. Forget it. It's just.
No, you know what? I think it's going to be even less because I have my own office. Like, kids won't be coming to me. I'll have my own office. And, like, I go to everybody else in my own time. So I think it's going to be beautiful. But, yeah.
I was thinking about lifestyle things to combat when I'm feeling kind of whatever I'm feeling, and how I can some immediate fixes. And for some reason, this kind of goes back to the elements I was talking about, when that remind me of Mom. And I don't know. I'm not like some big peace loving yogi, but I feel like these things help me. Remember when I said that I just got that massage chair, and the only setting that I really love is when the air is totally inflated all around me?
Yeah.
Right. So I've really,
like Baymax.
I have thought a lot about that. Why do I, right, like Baymax.
Pressure.
It's pressure. So do I need
weighted
to walk
blanket.
around with a weighted blanket, a weighted vest, a thunder vest, whatever you want to call it, like for adults, like that constant. And then the other element that makes me feel comfortable, that sometimes I just want to jump into water.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a swimmer.
I think it's the shock.
I don't.
The shock.
Yes. Maybe it's like those things we talk about where the babies get the cheese thrown on their head.
Oh, I hate those
I
videos.
hate it. Me too.
I hate those. But poor babies.
But maybe it's the same like stimulation.
Yes, it is. It was like shocks you back into,
like I just want to
ice
be
water bath or
submersed
whatever.
in water, and that is not a thing that I typically seek out. But
see, maybe you like baths.
I have to be like, I'd have to have like a 20-foot bath, like.
Whatever, you got a guy. Go get one built.
Submerged in it. Yeah. And then the other input thing that I thought about was wind. Like, I love really windy days.
Yeah. Well,
love them
because I like to be in motion too. Like a lot of
and motion. That's right.
I get motion sickness, and a lot of things cause me to have anxiety. So it's but like if I'm physically moving my body, I'm not riding in something. I'm walking.
Oh, if you're moving, your mobility.
Like if I'm moving, right. Or like when we were on that vacation in Wisconsin and we did those scooters.
Yes.
Okay, so we had to take a boat to get to that island.
We did.
To get to Madeline Island, and I was having like just the whole time just full of anxiety. But I got on that scooter and I was zipping around that island, and I was like, yeah, I was like, this is it. But a lot of it's because of the wind. And the motion.
What about Bob? I'm sailing.
No, but I couldn't, because like then when we stopped, like when we were getting off them, I was like, oh, like it all came rushing back.
Oh, it did.
Like, oh, yeah, like get me zooming back on that scooter and I'm good to go.
So self-mobility.
Until Mom ran into the bush and then we had to go turn him in.
Not drunk driving at all. Totally. She'd only been having water at that point.
No, she missed the turn and went into the bush.
That was the same time that she did her motorcycle poses like The Bachelor.
On the beach.
With a moped.
Yep. Biker babe on the beach with her motorcycle.
We gotta find
scooter.
That That's a good one.
Yeah, those are classics.
Yeah, so there is hope, I guess is what the end of this episode's about. There's hope.
There is. And I think again, it's managing it. It's not making it trendy. Don't make it a normal thing. Don't make it just to get attention. Like I think it's a shame to do that.
It should be, instead of like stomp out hate, there should be like stomp out anxiety. Like, we're not
anxiety, not the vocabulary of anxiety. Yeah. Just come up with new words, people.
Okay, we're gonna form a secret society.
Yes, come up with new words for it.
Okay.
All right.
Until next time.
Until next time. Deuces.